Hello, my viewers. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope, as usual, you guys are doing great. Just like I am. I am well, thank you. So today we're just going to quickly talk about this. What's his name? Terrell Owens. Because black men, when they have this, their justification is just baseless to me. So um a friend of mine who knows I'm on YouTube decided to tell me to obviously talk about this issue as well. And she was asking me, we're just talking about it. And I said, well, I'm going to obviously touch up on it today. And that's why I'm here to touch up on it. Yes, because, no, really, black men's excuses, I'm getting fed up.
800-585-1051. Terrell Owens said this.
When I started dating white girls, my first experience with white girls is when I went to college. I tried to date some black girls when I was in college. They did not like me. I was skinny. I was strong. I was teased from high school, even college. I got teased for being dark-skinned. So there was a lot of self-esteem issues.
Right.
So when I got my opportunity, when my first experience with a white girl, I was like, okay, it wasn't bad. But that wasn't totally gravitated to white girls after that.
Right.
For me, when I grew up, I lived in a black neighborhood. So at the end of the day, I attempted to date black girls when I was younger. But for me now, where I am, it's not even about color. It's not even about race. For me, it's about somebody that I have some chemistry with, good energy, and I get a good vibe with. Right. That's where I am.
So we're asking 800.
So this man said when he was trying to date in the black community that he was laughed at, he was rejected, he was black and he was strong, and no black women liked him. That to me is a huge lie, considering the fact that 89% of black men, yes, of black women, I mean, would prefer to date a black man. I say 89% because I know America is a country that has variety. So that's the reason why I put 89%. But if we go to countries like Africa, it's 100%. Yes, that a black woman would want to date a black man. And also, what I gather from this message is a big lie. Because it's always the other way round. Up until recently, black women had no choice. Yes, black women had no choice. Black women we as black women, we date the lowest of the lowest black men because that is what is in the community. That is what we have there to date from. So all these excuses the black men keep giving to go and date outside their race, it's baseless to me, and it's getting annoying to me. It's totally baseless because these black men claiming that they were ready to date a black girl, but black girl didn't want to date them. Were they even serious in the first place? Were they serious? You cannot say you were ready to date a black girl and black girl was not ready to date you when the black girl can see where you are going to and where you are coming from. Those are the ones who have sense in their head. Let's talk about the ones who at least have sense in their head. They can see that, okay, you just want to date them just to sleep with them. So they reject you for that because that is not what they want. You can't keep putting what you want on black women, and the black women that have the strength and the education and the their eyes are open. They see sense now. You can't keep using your experience as an excuse to not date black women. Because if that was the case, then black women, we should be number one on that list, putting that on our list, not to date any black women. That should be our list. That should be our priority. Because judging from the pool of black men out there, You guys, like we always say, you don't build, you don't protect, you don't really provide that much enough for a black woman to say, okay, I can relax. Or for black children to have better homes, better life, better activities. You know, you don't really provide that much. A black woman has to join you as well for that to actually happen. And even while black women are still out there pursuing their life, most of you black men are still jealous of the black, you are still jealous of the black women. Because we feel like, oh, we are better, or we raise our shoulders up because we are earning, some of us are earning more than you. No. Black women go through a lot. Even in Africa, let's go from, because I always talk about everywhere we are in as black women. Even in Africa, black women suffer a lot to get to where they are. Whether it's the ones, the market sellers, the one who are in the market selling tomatoes and meat and all those things, they are suffering as well there to be able to make money, to do things for themselves or to send their children to school. They are still finding their way regardless of how male-dominated Africa is. Yes, whereby if a black woman is looking for a job, she has to maybe sleep with 3 of the managers first before she is considered. I'm not saying it's only the black people. I'm just saying I'm talking about black people here, and that's all I will base my facts on. I know other races of women do these things as well. But I'm saying this is what would eventually happen for a black woman to really get to where she wants, like she wants to work in a office or in a bank. You know, the bank manager would want to sleep with her first before he gives her that position. And black women who have to go and put things on their head to sell in the market, you know, do all sorts just to make money, to look after themselves or their children or their family. So we have all these things lined in place that black men don't even care about. They compare black women with white women when they know that the rope that is tying the two of us, those two women, is not the same rope. It's not the same rope at all. So you cannot base your black women are this, white women are that. That is why you date white women. If you claim that you always wanted to date black women and they don't look at your face or they don't recognize you or they don't want to date you. Okay, there's black women in Africa. There's black women in Kenya. There's black women in South Africa. There's black women in Nigeria. There's black women in Ghana. There's black women in other countries. How come black men never find any other black women? They never find any other black woman than to go and date outside their race completely. Black men are emotionally struck. Black men are, they are this lynch. They lynch on you. Whatever race of women they go to. They want you to look after them. They want you to be the one doing most of the things around them. They want you to care for them, respect them, give them duty everywhere, you know, in every aspect of their lives and needs. That's black men for you. So if all those group of, we all know how black men are not, they just want to kick and go. They want to kick and go. And that's why we say, even when they go to their preference, if they want to kick and go, they'll kick and go. I was watching this video and I came across, and people started calling and giving their opinion, and I'll just carry on playing the video so you can listen.
585-1051. What are your thoughts?
First of all, my first thought is, why is that a topic? Like, what's the context? Did someone ask Terrell Owens?
Charlemagne, I like that answer. Why is it always a topic? Why you don't date black women? Why is it always a topic? Why is the things black women have been saying black men are doing, why are they not changing? Why are they not putting those things we are talking about? Why are they not coming to the table to talk about it? Why are they not making those things known? Why are they not solving it? Why? It's always when it comes to why I don't date black women. Why I don't date black women. Why is it always the question nobody asked you, you try to solve, black men? Why? Let's carry on.
Yo, why you don't date black women? Like, did somebody just say randomly ask him that in the interview?
Well, he was doing an interview with, matter of fact,
Ocho Cinco, right?
yeah, he was doing an interview with Ocho Cinco, and I don't know how it came up, but it's just one clip that was trending the whole weekend.
I mean, I really don't have an opinion on it. I mean, that's his experience. I can't tell that man he's wrong about his experience because it is our personal experiences that shape our thoughts and our beliefs. So that's his experience. I just want to know what black women think about that. And I wonder if more men have had that same experience.
Well, let's go to the phone lines.
Everybody has experience, like I said before. I have my own experience growing up. Black boys at school, they don't like me because I was very skinny, and we know African men or African men dribbles down to boys. They always want someone with a big breast and big body because they feel like when you are big is good. That means you have food to eat. When you are skinny, that means you are suffering. So that's the way they were seeing all their what they were seeing. That's the way they see it, you know. So black men never really gravitated, black boys at that time, because I was still a young girl. They never really gravitated towards me. They were always looking for these girls with big body, big boot butts, and big breast. That didn't stop me from dating black men. This is why I said the excuse black men give is just always baseless. Always baseless. There's no reason, but they make it an issue. They create a reason out of it, and it's senseless. Let's carry on.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning.
Hey,
This is Yolanda.
Hey, Yolanda. Good morning. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is, I understand. I am a very, very, very dark-skinned woman, and I've experienced the same. So why would you continue to go? I'm like, I have no problem dating black men, but I understand because when someone tears you down on a regular basis, why would you continue to go for them? I've never had anybody.
Those are the black women I don't really like. I didn't like her answer at all. You are a very, very dark-skinned girl, and you understand a black man saying he doesn't date a black woman because while he was in school, they didn't want to date him, and you understand that. But it is not you that is doing the chasing. It's the black men that rejected you because you would have loved to date the black man. She would have loved to date a black man, but the black man kept refusing her because she was dark-skinned. Because she was dark-skinned. So black men don't have this excuse to give that they were dark-skinned. After all, we know how women and women of other race gravitate towards dark-skinned black men anyway. Back home, like I said, I didn't know what was dark skin or what was light skin. All I know is that was a man, I am a woman. And then we see what we like in each other, and we like each other, and that's it. I only came to realize black men's self-hatred. I never really knew that they had this self-hatred for themselves, and then they trickle it and trigger it towards black women. I never knew. So that black woman's answer for me is the reason I even made all this video. It's a no. You don't understand a black man because you as a black woman was rejected by the same black men because you were dark-skinned. I have a dark-skinned daughter. Black boys in school now, they do not gravitate towards my black-skinned daughter because she's darker. She's very dark. She's darker than me because she's got the complexion of her dad. When I was dating her dad, I didn't even see anything wrong with being black. If I had seen, I probably wouldn't have had children for him. But that wasn't an issue for me. Even the era we are in now, I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the era we are in now. whereby black people stay decreasing themselves by themselves, insulting themselves by themselves, and then spreading it out from the whole other world to copy and then join in. Yes? And what all you people are doing is still the black women that people are blaming. Let's carry on with the video, because a lot of people made their points, and most of their points I just don't agree with. Especially number one, these black women. Because it's the black man that did not want you. Yes, they did not want you. Already, a black woman has already dated your father that has given you the skin tone you have. So if black women were looking at black men's skin tone, then she won't come out black, as she said she is. Let's carry on.
Other than black people tear me down for my color.
Who you currently dating now?
Nobody.
Oh, okay.
So you saying you're understanding what Terrell Owens is saying, because, you know, you feel like sometimes black men tear you down.
Yes, I've only had black people talk about my complexion.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand, because it's always the black people who are doing this. And then we transfer it to the white people. Obviously, the white people have started it before, but they gave it to the black people, and the black people obviously will be the one to really, really dismantle it and, you know, take it up there, take it higher. Yes? So she said it's always the black people who tell her about how she looks and, you know, tell her, make her see that she is black. And as a black woman, I am ashamed, because I see I know who are true black people. I know the true black people. I know these days we want to classify misraised children as black. But yes, they have black in them. But the true black people are us. And I know them when I see them. And I love them because they are the originals. They are.
All right. Well, thank you.
That's your experience. I understand it.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. Wow. Raj.
If you've wanted to start an online business but you haven't already got a product to sell, you're not sure where to start.
You've got their adverts there, so I'm just going to maybe reduce that part and wait for it to go. Yeah, so it's always the black people who do this anyway.
What's going on, brother? What's your thoughts? What Terrell Owens said?
Yeah, I totally agree with the brother, because for my example, right, this week I was working in Queens, and I'm a truck driver, and so I'm trying to make eye contact with my sisters, and all I'm getting is these snarls, these mean looks, like how dare you know? This is bad. So that's why I've been dating Spanish chicks all my life. It's a whole different.
There's another one. Okay, we can hear that brother saying he would have loved to date black women, but it's the look on black women's face. Yes, the look on black women's face. I don't really blame black women and that look on their face. I don't blame it, because the world and society has made it so much that we don't trust any one of you. We don't trust any one of you. We don't trust if you really want to date a black woman, or if you just want to see what a black woman's private part look like. We don't really trust any one of you. Or because you think maybe, as black men say, no other race of men want us, so you think we are now desperate. No, we are not. I get a lot of I'm not going to say admirers, because I'm not really sure what they are up to, you know, so I don't really trust them. And I look away. I see black men looking at me. I look away, because by now I'm in my head, you should have a wife by now. You should have a girlfriend by now. If you are so quote unquote a good man, you should be taken. And secondly, looking at black men in the society, I'm not really interested. It's not every black man that look at me that I'm going to be interested in. No. Looking at black men, looking at the society, they are even lucky that black women still see them as who they really want to date. They are lucky that black women still want to date them. To be frank, black men are lucky that black women still want to date you. And for these black men who keep talking about why they went to date other race, so what if you were only in Africa and there's no other race to date? You will say because the Yoruba women are rude, you are not going to go to the Asian women. Or you say because the Asian women are rude, you are not going to go to Igbo women. Or because you say the Igbo women are rude, you are not going to go to the Benin women. Or because you say Benin women are rude, you are not going to date the Urobo women. Because in Nigeria, we have different tribes. Or because you say, okay, Igbos are rude, you will not go and date Benin. You are not even looking towards Benin to see what Benin women or Benin girls are like. Or because you think Yoruba women are rude, you are not even going to go to Igbo women to see what you can still find from there. You just, what will you not do if there was no light skin and no white women if you were living in places like Africa where there is no white dominated or black mixed race dominated like England now and America? What would you do? Won't you still date? Won't you still look for a woman to date in the Africa you are in? So all this excuse from black men, instead of them to just agree that they are runaway brides and they cannot repair anything, they cannot do anything, that they are just running to white women because through there they feel that they can get their breakthrough, or at least life will be a bit easier for them. They won't have to do much as required by a black woman. That's what they think, that's what they assume, but it's not like we even require, there's nothing to require from a black woman. That's a black man when he's with a black woman, because that's why the black woman always shoulder everything. Because the little the black man will do, he feels like, oh, he's done so much that he should be praised for it. Especially when you have children with them. And black men talk about how they are so useful when they are the one talking about children. And then when you bear these children and they go do things for these children, little stuff they will do for these children, like picking the child up from school, black men make it look as if it's a big deal. Is that not your child? Is it not your child? So for one, I don't gravitate towards, black men's attention makes me wary. It actually upsets me. I'm not going to lie, because the black men I see and the black men I notice at work and social media, really, there's nothing enticing. Nothing enticing. That's why when it comes to that, protection, they say they won't protect you because you are not married to them or because you don't look at them on the street. So therefore, when you are in danger as a black woman, they don't care. Why would you want to date those kind of group of men in the first place? Why? And that's my answer for the second caller who said anytime he gives eye contact to black women, they always they don't give him eye contact. Why should we?
Different vibe with them, and I just feel more comfortable dealing with them, man. I mean, I'm not saying it for everybody, but, take a couple of trips to DR and you'll find out what I'm talking about.
Jesus.
And once again, all these people's experiences. Your experiences shape who you are.
Ladera.
Clearly hasn't been my experience.
Yes.
Ladera, good morning. What's your thought, Ladera?
My thought is, I'm a woman of color first and foremost. A lot of these guys are tired of the attitude. They're tired of it. They're tired of a lot of women that's same color as me walking around acting like everybody owes them something. Sometimes people find solace in other races, and that's okay. I'm not upset about it. If that's what makes them happy, that's what makes them happy.
The only thing I don't like about what you just said is you act like all races of people don't have attitudes. Like all races of people don't have attitudes. I feel like,
and that is what I don't get. White women have their own attitude. Nobody sees it. Asian women have their own attitude. Nobody sees it. Chinese women have their own attitude. Nobody sees it. Even if their attitude is not to an extent of a black woman's attitude. But they do have their own attitude. And me as a black woman, I see the white woman, I see the Chinese woman, I see the mixed race women, I see the Indian women, I see their behavior, and I do the same. But when I do the same, guess what happened? They all start resenting me, especially in my workplace. I see the way they act, and I copy them and act the same way to them. They don't like it. So this is why I don't get about when they talk about black women attitude. God bless Charlie May for always being in my thought. Other race of women have attitude. I work with diverse group of people. I see them. I see it. But nobody seem to recognize their own attitude. They don't seem to recognize it. If any attitude is given, it's towards black women at all times. It's towards the black women. So if those black women feel the need to be really angry, and it shows on their face and it shows on their appearance, I still don't blame them. Because I, as a black woman, I know what people are doing out there. And trust me, if I really want to take it to heart, I will be this aggressive black woman as well, because the way they are behaving, it's making me want to be really, really angry. But I tell myself, you know what? Chill. Don't let these people dull your shine. Don't let them dull who you truly are, which is a nice human. I'm a nice human being. Yes, I am. I am a nice human being. But people out there, black men, our society, like, examples of how black men behave out there. I watched one black man, a black woman was pushing a trolley, and she was holding a black boy on the hand, and she was walking really slow. I could see the way the black man walked past her so rudely, because she was really slow and she was trying to sort out whatever baby was crying in the buggy. That's a black man, and that's a black woman with black children. Do you think a white man would do that? No. A white man would not walk angrily past the white woman like that. But I noticed what that black man did, which gave other race of people to disrespect that black woman as well. And obviously, some of them that are not trained properly did the same and walked past that black woman rudely. I pay attention to these people every day, you guys. I see what they do when it's a black woman. I see what they do when it's a white woman or a light-skinned woman. It's not the same. Because if you were to do the same to the other race of women, trust me, all women will be in your case. They will be in your case. But because you choose black men, because in this video I'm talking about black men choose to disrespect their own. They choose to disrespect their own and then come and cry about the black women who has woken up. Like a black woman like me, I've woken up. I know what black men are all about. I know what the other race of men are doing. I know what other race of men are doing. I know what black men are doing. I know what other race of women are doing. Many of us are still in the dark. We don't see what I see or know what I know. I know. I know. So that black woman, this is how black women, I always say, they always have this key they give to black men to always disrespect black men and to always disrespect black women. And then black men will give all this key to other race of men to disrespect us. I was driving yesterday on my way to work. There was a black woman who I think maybe missed her way and she diverted into another lane. I noticed that the useless white man was a white man on the other van. The disrespect just knowing it was a black woman. The disrespect. He almost brought his hand out and did the black woman like this. It would not dare do that if it was a white woman. It would not. It will understand and maybe go past her nicely. So when black men just come and talk all their nonsense online and not address what we as black women are saying, is baseless to me. This Terrell Owens or whatever he is nonsense, is baseless.
No, I get what you're saying, Charlamagne. I get that. But what I'm saying is mostly it's us.
That's not
why you
true.
always
That-
say it.
why do we say it's not mostly it's us? Like, why do we say that? Like, what's the
That's
what
my
study?
experience.
Yeah, what study have you done?
That mostly is us. I am an African. I'm not American. Yes? There's South African women who are black. There's Ghanaian women who are black. There's Kenyan women who are black. So when these women keep saying it's mostly us, you are tying all of us together. And it's not mostly us. No, it's not. Maybe mostly us to ourselves, not mostly us to other race. No. No. Not at all.
Is be able to say mostly it's us with the attitudes.
I haven't. You're right.
Okay, thank you, Mama. You know, the sad
All right. Have a good day, guys.
All right.
the sad thing about it is you know, I'm black. Charlamagne jokes all the time. Says I'm Dominican. I'm black. Like
You're Dominican.
I'm 100% black.
I don't know about that.
You can't be 100% black when you are light skinned. Sorry. So that man or whatever his name is always talking with Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club. He should please sit down somewhere.
100%. Now you just
see my mom and daddy before.
That
I'm
don't mean you're 100% black. I'm 97.3% West African, and
True.
I ain't 100%
Well,
black.
you know
So
what
I
I mean.
know you ain't 100%
Well, you know what I mean. West African, you're black, bro. But when it comes to dating, you know, I just remember, you know, my wife, I met her in high school. I didn't really care. It was somebody that I connected with, you know what I mean? But was I looking for a white woman? No. I was looking for somebody.
Every man can connect with a black woman. So shut up. Keep quiet. Because that's where I get so mad. Every man, if you get to want to know a black woman, you will connect with a black woman. This other man talking there now, talking about how it wasn't about race for him. Have you ever dated a black woman? No. You always pick the white woman. So shut up. Keep quiet. That's all I have to say there.
Kind of looked like me, reminded me of my mother, kind of reminded me of my grandma.
So he's looking misraised. He said he wanted to connect with a woman that looks like him, that reminds him of his mama and his grandmother. How many black men talks like this? How many black men sees this? We black women see that. We want to connect with a man like our father, our grandfather. You know, we want to date a man that looks like our father and our grandfather. We want to. Many black women want that. How many black men want that? I tell you, if all black men were given the chance to go and date outside, they will all run and go and do so. They will. They will, because the self-hatred is too much.
Mother, that's what I was looking for, and that's what I found in Gia, who's, you know, Jamaican, Asian, and Spanish. You know.
Well, I've been with my wife for 25 years. Okay? I've been with my wife for 25 years. I've always wanted a black woman.
Yeah, I've been with mine 30 years.
30 years. What I'm saying? I never could see myself marrying anything other than a black woman. You know, because my mother and father clearly are black, and my aunts and uncles, my uncles were married to black women. Like I always wanted a black woman.
Yeah, it's all you see. It's
not even about all I seen. That's all I wanted.
Right.
That's not all I saw.
But that's all I saw.
It's not like.
If a black man really want to date a black woman, knowing that men are hunters, they are hunters. Yes, that's their nature. If a black man really wants to date a black woman, if he really has something to give to a black woman, if he really wants to make a change, if he really wants to be the one that stands out of all black men, he would find that black woman no matter what. He will find that black woman no matter what. He would find that black woman. So all these big black men, I don't even like black men like this, because they are big for nothing. Big for nothing. You see this kind of black men? No. I will never be attracted to them. Most of them have no sense. They just use their body to cover the woman's face, and the woman will think, oh yeah, it's all right, let me go. Nothing there. Nothing. So if a black man really, if he's to date and procreate with his own, if that's what he really wants to, there's no excuse. No excuse.
Like, my even later on in life, my sexual experiences clearly were with women of all different races. But my point is, I always wanted to be married to a black woman.
Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Canada.
Even me now, yes, in as much as we talk about, I say I don't want to date black men, this and that and this, because of their behavior. Yes, fair enough. It doesn't mean that I am not willing to date I'm not willing to go and date a Jamaican, or I'm not willing to date a Guyana man, or I'm not willing to date American men, or I'm not willing to date a Ghanaian man, or I'm not willing to date a South African man. I would still, if I had that open space to do so, I would definitely try other race of a tribe of black men.
Morning, everybody. It's the
I'm not going to really focus only on black men in America. No, I won't. And the problem is most black men, they are the same everywhere. They are the same everywhere. They want a lot for the little they give to black women. They want a lot from us, from the little they give to us. I always say this. Black men and their emotional trauma from their mother, from their sister, from the girlfriend they went out with before that they really liked, that didn't like them back. They gather all these emotions together and use it on black women. But black women get it the worst from you, black men. We get it the worst from you, black men. The disrespect, the cheating, even when we give you the chance, your laziness, your childishness, everything we have to put up with you for. That's why you see a black woman, she goes from one black man to another black man to another black man to another black man. But not knowing how to really vet these black men. And these days, the bad black men, they are taking lectures from the good black men. Yes, just to cover that first, give themselves this mask until they finally get to know you, and maybe they've slept with you. They'll start unveiling that mask little by little. Yes? The place I grew up from, I always see the black women doing most of the stuff. It was the black women. And even while they were doing most of the stuff, they still go and date a black man. What's the point? Why don't you just stay on your own? Because that's what most of us are not doing. We are not doing it because we let society tell us we are getting older. By the time you pass 40, nobody is going to want you. Why would no man want you because you are past 40? Why? Doesn't it depend on what you are looking for? Like me, whatever man I meet, I don't want to be doing children or babies. Is that what the man wants? If that's not what he wants, then I'm not the one he should be going for. I'm not the one he should be going for. There is really no excuse black men are going to give me as to why they are not dating their race other than self-hatred. Self-hatred, and they want to be submitted to when they have nothing to be for someone to submit to them with for. They don't have it. I'm not a black male basher, but the truth has to be told. It has to be told. I don't care which other race of women wants to date black men. I know why they want to date black men. I know. Number one, they want our gene inside their child. They do. They do so bad. They do. They do. We know the sexual parts, so I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not saying all black men are good sexually, but Stop putting black women there. Stop letting it be black women. No. A lot of black women have been shunned. A lot of black women have been turned down by black men. And he's probably talking about the women who doesn't want him. Has he talked about the other women who wanted him that he didn't want? Has Terrell Owens, did he talk about other black women who wanted him, but he didn't fancy those women? Has he?
My girls when I went to college. I tried to date some black girls when I was in college. They did not like me. I was skinny. I was strong. I was teased from high school, even college. I got teased for being dark skinned. So there was a lot of self-esteem issues.
Right.
So when I got my opportunity, when my first experience with a white girl, I was like, okay, it wasn't bad, but that wasn't totally gravitated to white girls after that.
Right.
For me, when I grew up, I lived in a black neighborhood. So at the end of the day, I attempted to date black girls when I was younger. But for me now, where I am, it's not even about color. It's not even about race. For me, it's about somebody that I have some chemistry with, good energy, and I get a good vibe with. That's where I am.
I wonder why, though. I got to go back and watch that whole conversation. I wonder how they even got on that subject.
I don't know. Hello, who's this?
It's Mika. How are you?
Hey, Mika, good morning. What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna take on the Terrell Owens situation. I call BS. Like I do not believe that because you were bullied in college or teased in college, not bullied. You were teased in college. That forever changed your preference on who you date. There's nothing wrong with his preference. I just feel like there's always a take on white women are easier to deal with. Black women are this and that and the third, and I don't agree with it. I think people fail to realize that white women has had this space created where they can be more feminine and they can be easier to deal with, quote unquote, easier to deal with. Black women, on the other hand, we never had that space created. So we have to be more masculine with the things that we do. Of course, that's going to make us appear to be a strong black woman. Now, if you can't handle a strong black woman, that's fine, but don't make it seem as if they teased me in college, so I don't like them forever.
But I would say that's what he dealt with. If he tried to holler or date black women and black women always turned him down and it gave him an insecurity, you got to understand what his experiences are. That's not my experiences,
because you will go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated, right?
Even if you're going where you're celebrated and not where you're tolerated, is there still no black place where you will be celebrated? That's my question. Is there still no black place where you'll be celebrated? That's what I'm saying. People always make it easier for black men to say, okay, go where you're celebrated. What about the amount of black women that are there that black men don't even want to date because they are, number one, too black or dark skin or black, or because their hair is not soft enough, they don't have good hair. Black men have many idiotic, stupid reasons not to date black women. They say it already. And majority of black women are still looking for a black man to date because they want to date their own. So Terrell Owens' excuse to me is all BS. And as for black women, you cannot keep justifying this because a black man's experience is not your experience as a black woman. It is not. Black men have other opportunities to go and date any black woman they want. They have that opportunity. They have that opportunity. As for the women, yes, we have to say yes to the black man when he asks us out. But then again, they still are the hunters and still hold the upper hand to go to the woman they like and want to date. They still have that upper hand. So no black woman should come to that show and agree with him and say, yes, because as a black woman, I know how it feels to be rejected because I am dark. No, we are talking about the same men who reject you because you are dark. So if we black women want to learn from our black men, then we shouldn't be gravitating towards black men in the first place. Because when we do, and we give birth to them, they hate themselves and they hate women that look like them. So if anything, we as black women shouldn't even be dating black men in the first place. If you get what I mean, we shouldn't even be dating black women, because most black women don't even see. When you talk about black women wanting to date misraised boys and all that, those are maybe teenagers from school or college, and those are due to the behavior of black boys towards them. Yes, I've not seen a misraised boy and a black girl walking on the street. I always see a black boy and a black boy and a white girl, or a black boy and a misraised girl. So who is at fault here? Who is at fault? Everybody wants to be blaming the black woman, giving excuses as to why they don't want to date black women. You all are so blind to how you are causing the issue, how you are the issue, how you are the problem to why black women, number one, wouldn't want to date you, number one, to why black women take the decision not to even look at black men's face on the street. I see black men and people on the street, especially when they see a black woman who is obviously well dressed, you know, she's looking after herself. I see how they see the black woman and turn their face away out of jealousy. Jealousy. Black women or black people, we've got a different self-esteem to the other race of people. We've got it. We've got that strong self-esteem in us. We do. And I find that a lot of people, they don't like that about me. They want to bring me down. They want to reduce me. I'm telling you my experience, and I'm telling you what they are doing. This is what they do. And the black men they do the same to their own women. They do it. And they give that road and that map to other men to do to take on the same disrespect through their jealousy for the black women and their hatred for themselves. So this video is getting longer than I want it to. I want to end it here by saying, his excuse, along with other black men who have this mentality in their head and have this excuse, your excuses are baseless, unjustified. You are giving unnecessary, stupid excuses. I am sorry to say, your excuse makes no sense whatsoever. And a black woman who is agreeing with you, she has not woken up yet. Until I come back here again, stay blessed. I love you. Bye-bye.